This is how to properly lift a Lexus GS, or any vehicle for that matter, with pinch welds. Now, on an older vehicle like mine, which is currently 22 years old and only getting older, you really have issues with these pinch welds because you get shops that don't mount their lift plates properly. They end up getting smashed under here. So my first suggestion is to put a yellow mark where your pinch weld actually is. So when you look under the vehicle real quick, you can align this pad with that mark right under there. And I'll show you why in a second. One thing you want to be very careful with is, so in the rear, you can see my yellow mark is right there. And that means that I'm gonna have to lift this ramp into the up position. So what all you do is pull this up and then make sure it locks into place down in here. There's two of these points. Take this and center it right there, just like that. Just make sure it's clear of the side skirt. Next step is pretty simple. You're just gonna turn the unit on and you're gonna go in the up position. One thing I do like to do is to go up until it contacts those blocks. I do another check. So we'll go ahead and go up. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that these are all sitting properly before I go all the way up with it. On the GS, how these blocks help. They help right here, and they're not touching the skirts, as you can see. And then if you walk around this side, you can see how they're contacting over here and on the ramp itself. You got to be really careful with these blocks, because if you push them too far this way, they're going to start contacting this fuel tank right here. So just be aware that you don't want to shove those in too far, or else you're going to start lifting off this fuel tank. Make sure that where you place your lift, you allow plenty of room on the wall side if you have a double car garage and you don't put it in the middle. So because I put it in the right stall, I just wanted to make sure that I had enough room to do some work on this side. As you can see, I have plenty of room. You can grab the wheels obviously with 5 stars, or you can get underneath it. I mean, it's so much easier right here versus, you know, this way. So I'm gonna take this back to the other corner, and then I'm gonna bring the other corner right up here. Okay, vehicle number 2 is going on the lift for the first time. I want to show you guys how a 2008 Honda Pilot handles the lift. I've got the same boards onto the pinch welds right here. I raised it up just a little bit to eyeball it. And in the back, I had to raise the ramp up. That one is also contacting the blocks with the 2x4 underneath it. If you have another vehicle, like a Honda Pilot or something similar, there is a way to get her lifted up. We're gonna do an oil change on this vehicle now, so this will be a good test. Be very cognizant of how much room you have with your garage if you plan to keep it open. Remember, when you go to go down, the lift comes up, then goes down. So you have to remember that. So if you only allow an inch of clearance, you're gonna need to shut your garage, or you're gonna punch right up into that garage. 2008 Honda Pilot is about 60% raised up on the Stratus lift. I want to show you guys something that's important, because there's so much weight on these heavier vehicles, and these pinch welds are much more pronounced on some vehicles. You can see that it's pretty much V'd this block that comes with it. So if you have a taller vehicle, you may want to get the bigger blocks. This is fine. The mud flap is, I mean, 1 millimeter away from that ramp folded down. Also on this vehicle, you've got some various lines that run under here. So if I did not have these blocks in place, these lines and their clamps would have got smashed under there on the scissor lift. The question is it safe, right? That's what you want to know. It is. The safety locks are in the down position. There are 14 lock positions on this, and I'm counting roughly, it's in lock position number 8. So I have 6 more to go. And that would raise the vehicle up too high. Now in this case, with the garage open, I have to remember to shut the garage before I bring this thing down. I will need to raise this vehicle up higher. It's not gonna fit under where the oil drain is. So the oil drain is right here. This would not fit with the garage open. I need to shut the garage and then raise this up to full height, and then I could go ahead and drain it. Okay guys, I'm gonna take this thing up probably all the way, but I gotta keep a close eye on it. I've never raised this vehicle all the way. Okay, down on the locks. I got a little bit on me. There you go. It's pretty handy, guys. My back is definitely feeling better than rolling around on the ground. I have plenty of clearance in my 10-foot tall garage. This oil dolly was at Harbor Freight. You can use a 20% off coupon. It was $55 US with a 20% off coupon. You're gonna have to do some modifications if you get this lift to make it so that this thing doesn't stick up too high all of the time. So I had to cut some of this piping in the right order. Once you're positive you're completely done underneath the vehicle, it's gonna be time to add oil. So I've got the filter on, I've got the drain plug in, and at this point, really you can lower the vehicle all the way down to the ground if you want to, or if you can reach up there, you could theoretically fill it. Way more ergonomics to just pop those off. Oh, this is so much easier. Amazing. I was hoping that today was going to be where I just lift the vehicle up slightly and put it on the first safety locks. While I was doing that, something bent on the passenger side safety lock mechanism. So the 14 position safety lock is now bent. And I'm going to show you that right now. My car technically is stuck in the air. This is a serious problem for me because I'm not sure how I'm going to get this thing down. So let's take a look at the problem and some possible solutions, then we'll go from there. So it's really important to be aware of when this thing is safety locked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. You're going to hear that first safety lock position engage, and then we're going to bring it down on that lock position. So that's the first safety lock right there. Now this is a little bit high, right? So when I bring it down on the lock, it should drop a little bit. I'm seeing something I'm not liking here. And I want you guys to see this safety lock. See how it's, I don't even want to put my hand in there, but right there. See how that's bent? That does not look normal to me. I can stick a piece of wood in there and pry it upward and then let the vehicle come down. I'm not getting under there, of course. I don't want to go anywhere near it. I also am seeing a dimpling on the top of this safety bar. Right on top, it's dimpled in now. So I'm gonna see if I can safely get this thing down. I'll be back with you in a minute. This is what I decided to do. I took a flimsy piece of bamboo and I wedged it under that actuator right there. And what that did was it lifted the safety mechanism all the way up to the top of that bracket. Come on, baby, come on. Come on, go all the way down. Hey guys, I just want to give you this final thought on this lift. In this unfortunate situation that occurred and my feelings about it. Am I mad at Stratus? I'm not. Am I disappointed in this happening? Of course. I'm okay. The car's okay. We're all good here. I think what happened is that these arms must work in a synchronized way. So they're supposed to go up and then both go down into the locked position. I think this one didn't go down into the locked position. This one did. All the weight then transferred to this one position over here. And that in turn bent or dimpled the arm, and it bowed or bent the tooth rail. Why that happened, I'm not sure. How Stratus handled it is what I want to talk about. Great customer service, guys. Called me first thing in the morning on Monday after I reported it Sunday night via email. Talked to me about some options, and they are going to make this right by taking this back and doing an investigation on it to figure out what happened. They're going to send me a new design in December, a brand new lift, 9,000 pounder, so I'm going to go up 1,000 pounds, which is awesome. They're going to send me some cross rails for trucks. So there's these cross braces that go across, and they have adjustable pads for frame. So you can put a truck on here and lift it via the frame. It's a whole new design for the lock mechanism system. That's the option that I decided to go with. Again, Stratus has handled this really well. If they had not handled it well, I probably would have a whole different thought process behind this thing, and I would be talking to you in a whole different way. So I appreciate you hanging in there, listening to this story. Hopefully we can all learn from it. Do I like scissor lifts? Yes, scissor lifts are awesome. I'm so happy to have one in my garage. Of course, I'll be much happier in December. So thanks again for joining me. Drop a like, a comment, and if you don't already subscribe, hit that subscribe button for me. And we'll see you on the next episode.